let's say somebody who's got a lot of reselling that they're doing and they're wanting to create a private label or custom product type business, but they're struggling to make decisions around that. How would you approach that kind of thing, for example?
So the tactics for making the decision, one I actually have on my website, and it's called the decision matrix. It's a scoring system for making any decision. You can make any decision in life if you follow it. I actually have an article on it, and the downloadable spreadsheet is available as well. So I want to make that available to all your listeners. It's all free of charge. What it's doing is it's walking you through the structure of creating a decision-making process where you actually take the different alternatives. And then what you want to do is you want to come up with a criteria for which that decision is being made. And now here's the key to the whole thing. It's the reason why it's a multi-attribute decision matrix, which is what it's called. And essentially, again, what you're doing is you're not just creating, do I make decision A, B, C, or D, whatever. It could be 2 decisions, 2 choices, 3 choices, 4 choices, 5 choices, whatever you're trying to do. Whether I go private label, whether I don't go private label, as an example. I want to understand the criteria for which you're making that decision. I want you to understand the criteria, then I want you to weight the criteria. So let me give you an example. Is it going to increase my revenue? Can I grow my business? Would be a criteria. Is it going to make it more profitable? Do I have to hire more employees, or is it going to expand the overall strategy? Is it going to make my company more valuable? These are all criteria that you would use in order to make the decision. Then what I want you to do is I want you to weight the criteria, because some criteria is more important than other criteria. So maybe making a profit right now, short-term profit might be a criterion, but it's not the most important thing because you're looking at more of a long-term business. Or maybe improving my conversion rate is a criteria, or growing my brand is a criteria. But growing my brand, important, but not that important, right? So what I want you to do on a scale of 1 to 10 is you just weight the criteria, and then you just do the math. So each criteria gets weighted, and each decision gets a score for each criteria, and then you actually do the math, total it up, and you have your decision. Whether you use a spreadsheet or not, the framework is still the same. There is a logical process for making a decision. And you need to understand what the criterion that you're using to make that decision and how important each piece of the criterion is. That's the fundamentals of making the decision. That's number one thing that I would look at.